The episode 8 trailer opens with an atmosphere that feels very different from previous episodes. There's a sense that something major is about to happen. The quiet moments that once defined life on the ranch are disappearing, replaced by fear, suspicion, and preparation for conflict. Every character seems to understand that events are spiraling out of control. For Rip, the situation has become personal. Throughout the season, he's tried to do things the right way. He focused on rebuilding. He worked tirelessly to establish the ranch. He protected Beth. He guided Carter. He attempted to create a future that wasn't defined by violence. But every time he took a step forward, another obstacle appeared. His cattle operation was targeted. His business suffered losses. Enemies attacked from the shadows. And the people he cares about continue to face danger. Episode 8 appears to be the moment when Rip decides enough is enough. The trailer shows him carrying himself differently. His expressions are colder. His determination is stronger. The calm, patient ranch foreman we've seen throughout the season is slowly disappearing, replaced by the relentless fighter fans remember from his darkest days. One scene in particular has fans talking. Rip appears to be attending the massive 10-petal ranch celebration hosted by Beulah Jackson. At first glance, it looks like a social event. There are crowds, music, and plenty of influential ranching families gathered together. But if there's one thing we've learned about Rip Wheeler, it's that he never does anything without a reason. Many fans believe Rip isn't attending the event to celebrate. He's there to investigate. He's there to gather information. And he may even be there to confront the people responsible for the attacks that have threatened everything he's built. Beth Dutton enters episode 8 facing challenges of her own. While Rip is focused on uncovering the truth, Beth continues playing a dangerous game with Beulah Jackson. Their relationship has evolved significantly throughout the season. What began as a straightforward rivalry has become far more complicated. Beth is smart enough to know that not everything is what it seems. Every conversation with Beulah contains hidden meaning. Every interaction raises new questions. An episode may 8 finally reveal whether Beulah is truly an enemy or merely another player caught in a much larger conspiracy. The trailer includes several moments that suggest Beth is getting closer to the truth. There are scenes showing her observing conversations, asking difficult questions, and carefully studying the people around her. Beth has always been at her best when she's investigating. She notices details others miss. If there is a secret hiding beneath the surface of this ranch war, Beth may be the person who uncovers it. Meanwhile, Carter's storyline continues to become increasingly important. Many viewers expected Carter to remain a supporting character, but episode 8 suggests he could play a major role in the season's final chapters. Carter has spent much of the season trying to prove himself. He wants Rip's respect. He wants Beth's approval. Most importantly, he wants a place to belong. But belonging to a ranch family comes with risks. The closer Carter gets to Rip and Beth, the more exposed he becomes to the dangers surrounding them. Several moments in the trailer hint that Carter may find himself directly involved in the growing conflict. Whether intentionally or accidentally, he could become a key figure in events that reshape the entire season. One of the biggest mysteries heading into episode 8 remains the question of who is truly responsible for the attacks against Rip's operation. For weeks, evidence has pointed in multiple directions. Some clues suggest Beulah Jackson. Others point toward rival ranchers. And there are even theories that someone much closer to the Duttons may be involved. The trailer seems determined to keep viewers guessing. Every new clue creates additional questions. Every answer reveals another mystery. And that's exactly what makes episode 8 so exciting. The writers have spent the entire season building toward this moment. Every setback Rip has endured. Every confrontation Beth has faced. Every difficult lesson Carter has learned. It all appears to be leading toward a dramatic confrontation that could change the future of the ranch forever. One fascinating aspect of episode 8 is the possibility that the real villain has not yet been revealed. Television dramas often encourage viewers to focus on the most obvious suspect. In this case, that suspect has been Beulah Jackson. But what if that's exactly what the writers want us to think? What if Beulah is actually fighting the same enemy as Rip? What if both ranches have been manipulated by a larger force operating behind the scenes? The trailer contains several subtle hints that support this theory. There are moments where Beulah appears genuinely concerned. Moments where her actions don't match the behavior of someone orchestrating the attacks. Moments that suggest she may know more than she's willing to reveal. If this theory proves correct, Episode 8 could completely change our understanding of the season. Instead of a simple battle between rival ranches, we may discover a much larger threat targeting everyone involved. As the episode progresses, tensions are expected to reach unprecedented levels. Long-standing alliances may collapse. New partnerships could emerge. Characters who once trusted each other may find themselves questioning everything they thought they knew. And at the center of it all stands Rip Wheeler. The trailer repeatedly emphasizes Rip's determination. There are shots of him preparing for confrontation. Shots of him watching potential enemies. Shots of him making decisions that suggest he's ready to take significant risks. For fans who have been waiting to see Rip fully unleash his protective instincts, Episode 8 could be the payoff they've been anticipating all season. But every action has consequences. The more aggressively Rip pursues the truth, the more danger he creates for himself and the people around him. That's why the episode's central question isn't whether Rip will fight back. It's whether he can win without losing everything that matters most. As we approach the final act of the episode, all signs point toward a major cliffhanger. The season finale is just around the corner, and the writers need a shocking moment that leaves audiences desperate for the next episode. That could mean a betrayal. It could mean a devastating loss. It could mean the revelation of a secret that changes everything. Whatever happens, Episode 8 appears designed to push every major character into uncharted territory. By the time the credits roll, the future of the ranch may look very different than it does today. And if the trailer is telling us anything, it's this: Rip Wheeler's war is finally beginning. The enemies are closing in. The truth is about to emerge. And nobody is safe. As we continue breaking down Episode 8, let's talk about what could be the most shocking storyline of the entire season, the possibility that Rip is walking straight into a trap. The trailer repeatedly shows Rip placing himself in dangerous situations. While most viewers see a man taking control of the situation, there's another possibility. What if the people responsible for attacking his ranch have been expecting this reaction all along? Think about it. Every loss Rip has suffered this season has pushed him closer to the edge. Every attack has made him more aggressive. Every setback has increased his desire for revenge. If someone wanted Rip to make a mistake, they couldn't have designed a better strategy. The more emotional Rip becomes, the more likely he is to overlook something important. And that could be exactly what his enemies are counting on. One scene from the trailer seems especially significant. Rip appears to be watching a conversation from a distance. His expression suggests he's piecing together information. But what if he's only seeing part of the story? Dutton Ranch has always excelled at misdirection. Characters often believe they've discovered the truth only to learn they've been manipulated. Episode 8 could continue that tradition. Meanwhile, Beth may be approaching the situation from a completely different angle. Unlike Rip, Beth doesn't rely on physical strength. She relies on strategy. She studies people. She identifies weaknesses. And then she uses those weaknesses against them. The trailer suggests Beth is becoming increasingly suspicious of multiple people within the ranching community. She's asking questions that nobody else is asking. She's paying attention to details others ignore. If Rip represents action, Beth represents intelligence. Together, they form an incredibly dangerous team. But even Beth may not be prepared for what she's about to uncover. One theory gaining popularity among fans is that the attacks against the ranch are connected to a much larger business operation. The conflict may have little to do with personal grudges and everything to do with money. Land in Texas is valuable. Water rights are valuable. Cattle operations are valuable. And whenever enormous amounts of money are involved, powerful people are willing to do terrible things. If this theory proves correct, Rip and Beth aren't just fighting a rival ranch. They're fighting an entire network of individuals who profit from chaos. That would explain why every problem seems larger than expected. It would explain why attacks continue despite repeated setbacks. And it would explain why nobody has been able to identify the mastermind behind the conflict. Another major storyline revolves around Carter. For much of the season, Carter has been learning what it means to be part of a family. Rip has taught him discipline. Beth has taught him resilience. Together they've given him something he never had before. But episode May 8 tests those relationships. The trailer includes several emotional moments involving Carter. His expressions suggest confusion and concern. He appears worried about the people he cares about. That's understandable. He's watching the only family he's ever known move closer and closer to war. One possibility is that Carter tries to help and accidentally places himself in danger. Another possibility is that Carter discovers information nobody else has, because sometimes the person nobody pays attention to sees things everyone else misses. If Carter uncovers a critical clue, he could become one of the episode's most important characters. Of course, no discussion of episode 8 would be complete without focusing on Beulah Jackson. For most of the season, she's been presented as a powerful rival capable of challenging Beth and Rip. But episode May 8 reveal a completely different side of her character. What if Beulah isn't the villain? What if she's another victim? Imagine learning that someone has been manipulating events from behind the scenes. Imagine discovering that both ranches have suffered because of the same enemy. That revelation would completely transform the story. Instead of preparing for war against each other, Rip and Beulah might be forced to work together. And if that happens, the real villains should be very worried. Because there are few people more dangerous than Rip Wheeler when he's fighting for his family. As the episode moves toward its climax, the tension is expected to become unbearable. Secrets will come to light. Relationships will be tested. And difficult choices will have to be made. The trailer strongly suggests that at least one major character will face a life-changing decision. Do they protect themselves? Do they protect the ranch? Or do they risk everything to expose the truth? Those choices could determine the future of every character heading into the season finale. One thing that makes episode 8 so exciting is the sense that anything can happen. No character feels completely safe. No alliance feels secure. No mystery feels solved. Every storyline appears ready to collide at exactly the same moment. Rip's investigation. Beth's suspicions. Carter's journey. Beulah's secrets. The attacks on the ranch. Everything is converging. And when all of those storylines finally meet, the result could be explosive. My biggest prediction is that episode 8 ends with a shocking revelation rather than a major death. The writers may choose to save their biggest tragedy for the finale while using episode 8 to completely change our understanding of the season. Imagine the final scene revealing the identity of the true mastermind. Imagine discovering that someone we've trusted all season has been orchestrating events from the shadows. Imagine Rip realizing that the enemy has been much closer than he ever imagined. That kind of twist would leave viewers desperate for episode 9. No matter how the episode ends, one thing seems certain. The peaceful life Rip and Beth hoped to build is disappearing. The ranch is under threat. The truth is finally coming to the surface. And the choices made in episode 8 will determine who survives the battles still to come. For Rip Wheeler, the war is no longer coming. The war is here. And once Rip decides to fight back, there is no turning back. By the time episode 8 ends, enemies will be exposed, loyalties will be tested, and the future of the ranch may hang by a thread. The only question that remains is this: when the dust settles, who will still be standing?